It's weird to me because I know a lot of people, I have friends who are my age or who are older who don't want to have children or are unsure about having children. And that's something that's just really foreign to me because as far back as I can remember, I've wanted to have kids. And I gotta admit that I kind of feel like our culture has kind of diminished the value of children and of family. I will put some links in the description of this video, but most people are becoming parents in the US at least in their 30s. For perspective, I'm 25, my wife is 24, and I get it, us millennials are having a really hard time balancing the cost of living. There's so many people stuck with enormous student loan debt. The price of housing is insanely expensive. I didn't get a big old fancy degree and my parents helped with my education, so that has definitely helped in me not having overwhelming debt. I make maybe an average amount of money, but we're single income. My wife doesn't work. So to me, I just see these people who are making the argument for not having children just as excuses, honestly. Something I think about sometimes that makes me sad is the thought of being old and retired and not having any family. It seems to me that most people's hesitance to having children comes down to different priorities of a career or their own pleasure. There's kind of this fear that children will prevent you from giving all that you want to into your work or your career. You know, in a sense, that's kind of true, that children do take up a lot of time and effort and money. But I also think that it's kind of sad if all you're living for is your career or for money or pleasure, just for yourself, really. I think it's fine and good to be cautious and wise about the decision to start having kids. You want to be responsible about it for sure. But I think if people are honest, it's more about the things that they're afraid of giving up rather than the lack of ability to have kids. The initial decision to try and have a baby is for sure scary. And pregnancy is a roller coaster of emotions and different things. And birth is wild and stressful and nerve-wracking and amazing and awesome. And the first month is kind of rough because your whole life is kind of turned upside down by this tiny human. Having this small human that I've helped bring into the world is the most phenomenal thing that has ever happened in my life. And there is nothing in the world that I would rather be doing right now. And there's also a lot of people with fertility issues, and adoption can be very expensive. So I guess I'm not criticizing everybody, but you know, again, I just want to bring an alternate perspective to the conversation as a whole. This is a huge part of my life. Did you just fart? Are you serious? Stinky! Stinky! This is... Yeah. It's also something that's really important in my life and something that I'm really passionate about. And it's not something that I see people talking about very often. People tend to keep their private lives separate or just don't have children or don't have families. And it's something that I guess I want to share a little bit about and kind of bring an alternate perspective into this big wide world that we live in. Yeah, is there anything else you had to share, Robin? Cool. Well, till next time. Deuces. Say bye, Robin. Bye, Robin. Okay.